What is a simple machine's favorite type of barbecue? Pulled pork. Welcome to the stream, my friends. Welcome to Contra, Legacy of War. First playthrough, blind playthrough, starting tonight. We'll see how it goes. I feel like I'd heard that the PlayStation 1 Contra games have a rather poor reputation, but we played the Contra Adventure, played it a long time ago, and I actually think that one is pretty good overall. So I will try to remain hopeful for this one as well. But welcome in, my friends. We have Dead Zergling first in chat tonight, and Lucent Jelly. Welcome in, welcome in. We also have a little bit of unfinished business with Hello Kitty that we'll try and wrap up at the very end of the night. I have the game running in the background. I hope that it doesn't have a thing where it freezes up or goes to screensaver, or like, would you like to continue playing, or something like that. I hope it doesn't do any of those, because otherwise I'm sitting here running the Wii for no reason. I can't actually see what it's doing. Oh, but we have to let the game run. We have to let the game idle for like 2 hours to get the final unlockable unlocked. So that's what we're trying to do. We're multitasking. You also thought Bubsy 3D was pretty good? No. That is not true. I have never said anything other than Bubsy 3D is a terrible game. What I also said was I had a lot of fun with Bubsy 3D. I loved my playthrough of Bubsy 3D. But I have always maintained that the game is indefensibly bad. They're two separate things. Oh. Alright, let's look at our options. Oh, I was gonna say, please don't have a difficulty option, but of course it does. Music and sound effects? Oh, I don't want to bring these all the way up to the maximum, right? I think they're already pretty good. Bring the sound effects up just a little bit. 3D mode? Weapon select. Shoot. Jump. Lie down. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, these are bad. Let's, bombs. Movement. Pause. Straight. That all makes sense. Type 2. Shoot. Jump. No, that's terrible, too. Come on, game. Get it together. Oh, no. All of them are bad. There's no good weapon, there's no good control option. Jump and shoot are reversed. And there's no way to fix it. I can't put shoot above jump. Oh, that's horrible. 0 out of 10. Bad game. Alright, well, if they're all bogus... this might be the best way to play. I was gonna say if they're all bogus, I might as well stick with the default, but they're all... This one might be slightly better. How do I back out? We've got a save feature, so that's nice. And a character select, okay. So Ray, I think, is the guy from the Contra adventure. So he should be familiar to us. But who else do we have? We'll probably just play as the default. Tasha. Bubba. CD 288. I was gonna say it's we have an interesting roster of characters here, but I guess in Contra Hardcore we had a werewolf and a robot on our team there, so there's a precedent for non-human playable characters has been well established, I suppose. All right, I think we'll just play as Ray though. Level 1, here we come. These guys on my team? Oh, jump and fire are backward. Any start of game secrets to be aware of? Oh, interesting. Strafe toggles on and off. And with regard to whatever direction we're currently facing. Oh, I know this guy. I'm not even doing damage, am I? I wasn't. Did I say the music's familiar? Oh no, I died. Rip the Deathless Run. What? But no, my strafe. Why is my strafe messed up? I really need a way to, like, tilt along the Z-axis. Oh, finally. Oh, the enemy's still spawning out of here endlessly? I want to investigate what's along there, but I'm worried I'm going to run into somebody. Are these guys even enemies? I think that I'm engaging in not-so-friendly fire. Okay, definitely an enemy. So there's an arrow on the ground telling us to go to the left, or the right. Telling us to go to the right, but... Oh no, I died again. What? Look, there's arrows on the ground. Oh, this time I have to go that way. It was a lie before, so I didn't trust it this time. Leave me alone. Is this just a run past everything kind of game? Is that the secret of Legacy of War? Oh, it rushed me. No! Ah, I thought that would be jump. I just played a fun... There was a countdown on the continue screen. Alright, well, attempt number 1 didn't go super well. Jelly says, I just played a fun game of Kitty Wrangler. Even Twiggy made it out. Oh no. Hey, Chozo, welcome in. Well, we're just getting started, Chozo. You haven't missed very much. Good to have you here. Sorry about yesterday. I woke up from my nap. My throat was so sore. I don't know what happened. I woke up with an incredibly sore throat. I could barely talk. Fortunately, it seems to have gone away, but I don't know what caused it to begin with. But I'm doing alright. I'm doing alright. We, just diving into this one here. The controls, I immediately don't like the controls. Oh no, maybe a spider crawled in my throat. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I wish we could, I wish there was a randomize option. I wish there was a select a character at random option. Because then I would just go random every time. PlayStation 1 game with awkward controls? Never. Well, the thing about it is I don't like the way it lets me assign jump, and it won't let me put jump below the fire button. Jump is What? Why am I dying? I didn't even know I was playing. Well, this attempt isn't going to last very long. I couldn't even see I was waiting for my character to walk on screen. He was hidden down here below the HUD. Oh. Ray seems like the generic Contra guy, I guess. Ray is the guy from the Contra adventure on the PlayStation, I believe. I think it's the same character. So, with the D-pad, we move around, and our moving is just like sort of, you just face the direction that you press, kind of thing. But if you hit one of the shoulder buttons, it'll lock you into this strafe mode. Except sometimes, even when you're in strafe mode, the character turns like he's not, because the strafe lock is imperfect. So that can really throw a wrench in your plans. Look, there's an arrow on the ground here. This is what I was talking about before, but we can't actually go over here. Don't put an arrow on the ground if you don't want us to go in that direction. Come on, Konami. Ah, that thing's still alive? And I think I discovered a moment ago that a lot of this game is just going to be just running past stuff. Oh, that hit me? That is bogus. That is bogus. No, it hit me again. Ah, rip. Stream Kyle, welcome in. Alright, no sense to use a continue on stage 1. I might as well just let it count down anyway. Thank you for the 5 stream watch streak. Chozo, thank you for the 10 stream watch streak. It looks like they took the top-down style of Super C, made it 3D, and put the camera behind. I kind of like it, Chozo says. My first impressions are not overwhelmingly positive. My first impressions are not super great. I'm gonna be mad about this whole jump button situation probably the whole playthrough. So get used to that. You're probably gonna hear a lot of complaining about that. Oh, the thing about the strafe breaking might be my fault, actually. There's also a lie down button. The lie down... Nope, it's not my fault. Never mind. Yeah, this... I don't know why he turned to the left. I supposedly had strafe lock on, but it doesn't, it doesn't work like it's supposed to. Very exciting. I thought it was... Again, he turned to the left, the right there. What? Oh, I think it's an auto-aim sort of thing. Well, maybe not. I don't know. I lost 2 lives there because I was trying to experiment. I don't know. Sometimes... Whoa, that's a power-up! I somehow collected it, too, even though I pressed the wrong button. Even though I pressed duck instead of jump. Because the duck button is where the jump button should be. You can, by the way, configure your controls, but it doesn't help. None of them fix what the heart of my issue is. I either need shoot to be on square and jump to be on X. That would be ideal. Alright? Or I need shoot to be on triangle and jump to be on circle. I need one of those two, and neither one is an option. Like, here, jump is a... I need shoot to be above jump, but here jump is above shoot. Jump is above shoot. Well, nope, jump is above shoot. And, jump is above shoot. Yeah. Terrible. Terrible. I would choose circle jumping and X shooting. Yeah, I know, I don't want that. Maybe this. They gave me four control options and they're all garbage. I feel like I'm being intentionally sabotaged. Oh, excuse me a moment. All right. And back to it. I don't seem to be able to tilt to aim upward. So if they put enemies like this a little bit above my line of fire, then I've got to jump to hit them. And I only have, like, every jump goes the same height. It's not like you can do, like, a shorter jump by tapping. So that's not great. I got a thing. Hang on, how do I change my weapon? I lost the power up. It's not strong. It wasn't strong. It wasn't strong. It's strong enough to challenge that guy in the ground. Cool. I just keep dying. I didn't even get to try out the spread gun because I was dead before I could really activate it. Oh my goodness. The control options are so bad, Frownie just had to walk away. Oh, they're... disgusting. Needs more caveman. It's gonna be a long night. My strafe? Turned off. What is going on? Alright. Is there something wrong with my controller? I wish there was somewhere safe I could hang out and experiment with the controls for a moment. In a moment now, he's gonna charge me. He did, and I died. How much health does this guy have? Come on. Oh, it was just another mini-boss. Oh, I don't know what this stuff is, but give it to me. I want all of it. Homing attack. Maybe? Oh, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. The strafe lock is garbage. It just doesn't, it just flat out doesn't do what it's supposed to do. Can I not go through this wall? I have to go over. Yeah, this strafe lock is not even working with this weapon at all. I assume this is a boss. I wasn't really getting much of a look at it. Weird lamppost boss. Alright, well this... Never mind. The game is really only playable. The game is really only playable if we have that ribbon weapon. Without that, it's impossible. So look at this. Strafe. You toggle your strafe on or off with the shoulder buttons, except it doesn't work. With the ribbon weapon, it doesn't. The shoulder buttons did nothing. And then with the regular gun, I'll turn the strafe on, and then it'll just ignore it. It'll just turn anyway sometimes. Excuse me, but I mean, not like it turns itself off, but like he'll turn 90 degrees, and then it'll stay locked into strafe mode with him facing 90 degrees to the side when he was never supposed to turn to begin with. Oh, wow. This is rough. I'm going to swap out my controller. I'm using a PlayStation 2 controller. I don't know why it would be a problem, but just in case it is, I'm going to switch to the PlayStation 1 controller. Give me just a moment. Alright, let's see if this has any effect at all on everything that's happening to me. No. Okay. Well, I'm cautiously optimistic. Most of my problems, if not all of them, were just down to poor play that time. So that's an improvement. Oh, there we go. See, I'm turned. I never turned the strafe off. But something about that change in camera angle turned me. I was about to say something about it not happening with this controller, but then it happened. But it's happening a lot less. Please stop. I'm stuck on a lamppost. No, speaking of stuck on a lamppost. I keep jumping at the start of every. I keep jumping every time we start because I forget where the jump button is. I forget where the fire button is every single time. uh. Amazing. Oh, just amazing. I don't know about this one. I don't know about this one. I think we're gonna spend 3 hours on level 1 tonight and then never come back to this game. I think this is the first Contra game that I may never beat. I can't even figure out how to play it. It is a shockingly unpleasant experience. Uh, I'm having a bad night. I'm finding this to be a less playable experience than Contra Force. How in the world is that even possible? I don't know how I'm supposed to avoid damage. Rip. The only way I would even ever have the remotest hope of making progress in this is if the whole game's only 2 levels long. Uh, what's this? Invincibility? Well, at least gets me more quickly through the part of the stage I already know. No, it's just enemies? I can't open this. I can open it during the boss fight. Strafe is not working again. Oh yeah, the strafe doesn't work with this, I forgot. Rip. Alright, well I learned 2 things of moderate usefulness. Does the analog work with this game? Nope. Just don't worry about the other item drops. No. Everything is bad. The bullets come through the wall. So much slow down. Dead. Dead again. That hallway is impossible. Alright, well. I don't know what to do. I spend more time in the loading screens than I do in the game. If those guys could just stop spawning for 1 second. Okay, well, I don't know why my weapon just stopped firing. I have it on good authority that things off the edge of the screen do exist, because bullets come in from that direction all the time. I think it's just impossible. It's just like illegal to make it past that boss with more than one life. Surprised going in there didn't instantly kill me. I'm either constantly dying every millisecond that I exist, or I'm completely cheesing the game to the point where I may as well not even be playing it. There's no in between. It's just the both extremes of awfulness. What is that? Is that an enemy? What's a bomb? What's another boss? Groovy. No, I jumped over the railing into the lava. Oh my goodness. Hey, Master Tuesday, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. This game is awful, Tuesday. I've made a dreadful mistake. I should have never liked a Contra game to begin with. I'm currently rethinking my opinions on every Contra game I've ever played. The angles it forces you to play at are just consistently terrible. There's no escape from Christopher Nolan's Batmobile. When it decides to run you over, that's it. You just ran over. There's no way to escape it. It's physically impossible. And once again, like I said, it's illegal to have more than one life after that boss. You tried not being run overable? I did try that Tuesday, and it backfired. It made me twice as run overable. Why? Why is this game so horrible? fine. Didn't matter. It was over before it started. I don't know. I'm not getting any better. I thought finding the stuff in the wall might help, but it really doesn't. Oh. What a gigantic mistake. What a gigantic mistake tonight is. I wish I had remained sick. I'd rather be sick. Disease is more fun than this game. There's just too much garbage everywhere at every moment. There's no way to accomplish anything. My lives tick down faster than the continue timer. That's all it is. There are no lives in this game. There are no lives. It's just a timer that runs down. You have to beat the level in 5 seconds or you have to restart. It's just there's a yeah. It's yet the most brutal clock of any game. I don't have 3D mode turned on. The 3D mode, I assume, is for 3D glasses. I don't think I have it turned on. Yeah, 3D mode off. I was right. It's alright. I just have to live through another hour and a half of this, and then the night will be over. You strike me as the kind of guy who just might have a pair of 3D glasses lying around. I'm sure I've got one somewhere. I had to check to see if there was one in the case for the game, but it looks like no. That spaceship that we made it up to has to be the last boss of the level, right? And if the game weren't entirely committed to giving me the worst RNG in human history, and I could get past the Batmobile with like more than 0 lives, we might have a chance, but it's just gonna ruin absolutely every run. Cool. The arena is not big enough. There's nowhere to get away from that awful thing. This is shockingly not fun. I can't even run past everything because I get stuck on the lampposts. Oh. Wow, where's Mischief Makers when you need it? I'm wishing that was back on the schedule right now. Oh yeah, I saw you posted those in the Discord, the fajita hot dogs. I don't know, that's not something I would have tried. I don't feel like hot dogs take seasoning very well. I feel like they're destined to just always taste like hot dogs. I don't know how this has happened. I have literally no idea what I've done differently that is somehow making this work. Just hang back and let the cheese prevail. Oh yeah, I forgot about the spider thing. I don't know how it hasn't hit me. No. I was doing so well, and now I'm falling apart. Rip. I don't know how I made it all the way to that boss. I don't know how I made it all the way up to that boss damageless. Of course I'm playing on hard difficulty. I'm no chump. That was the run of the century we just had there. There's a gravity during that last boss fight. Every time you jump, it pulls you toward the boss, and so, like, that's why I kept ending up on top of that railing, and, like, I was really worried I was gonna topple over and fall in the lava, which is, I guess, the point of the gravity. I don't know. Oh, well. I'm not gonna repeat the previous run's success. It really is just all about what kind of RNG I get against this boss, isn't it? There's no strategy for it. The arena's too small to run around and manipulate its movement. Because no matter where I stand, I'm always the same distance from it. Or less. There's no like getting away from it and luring it to one side of the room and attacking it from the other. Which is, you know, how you might handle a boss like that in a game that wasn't like the worst thing ever. My lock-on doesn't want to lock on. This arena is too small too, but you can still make it work, unlike the other one. The too small arena there is, like, fine, because the boss moves real slow. It's too broken there. Ah, it's so annoying. Hey, Derek, welcome in. The strategy for the tank is... The strategy for the tank is pretty obvious. It's just pay the toll of all your lives, and then you get to pass. Awesome. Now goes the war. Horrible, Derek. This game is horrible. All my optimism was foolish. I will never be optimistic again. I've only heard bad things, and I guess you agree. Yeah, I'm pretty upset. It really doesn't help that I'm doing my first playthrough, that I'm trying to do my first playthrough on hard difficulty. So, you know, it's a little bit self-inflicted, but mostly not, because it's just bad. The controls are ridiculously awful. Got a lot of jankiness to it. No! Rip. I actually got the homing shot back. What is going on up here? Why is there every enemy in the universe gathered together for a conference? Some stuff is pretty cheesable, but it kind of goes back and forth. There are parts where you can cheese the game, and there are parts where the game cheeses you. It's spawning so many extra enemies this time. Maybe it was supposed to be spawning all those enemies all along, and I had somehow despawned them. This is so difficult. This part here is so difficult because of the reversed controls. My controls are backward. I've got gravity pulling me toward the boss. every time I jump, and I'm required to jump to even hit it. And then it throws these guys at me, and there's just not really a good way to deal with them. I can't keep them on the screen. I can't line up a shot with them. I can't line up to fire at them. Oh, this is so bad. Ugh. There he says, I watched a horror movie a few nights back called Sweet 16. Thought it was going to be okay, but it was pretty bad. Never even heard of it. I knew this one was bad, Chozo says. Didn't want to spoil it. Yeah, I'd heard that they were bad. I'd heard both the PlayStation games were bad, but Contra Adventure is pretty good. It's a little rough. That one came out before this one, didn't it? How did they go from that one to this one? This one's so much worse. This one is so much worse. I think the only change in the difficulty is your number of lives that you get. By the way. So, lowering the difficulty shouldn't really... Raising or lowering the difficulty shouldn't really affect things too much. If nothing changes but the number of lives, then all lowering the difficulty is just quarter feeding, right? I'd still have all the same problems. I would just be tackling them in a much less honorable way. Because if there's one thing this stream exudes, it's a sense of honor. Prime has a lot of horror movies, so I'm always searching, Derek says. Mock, welcome to the stream. Do you remember a time when it was super unpopular to play 2D games in the 2000s? I mean, not really for me. I've pretty much always liked 2D stuff. Supposed to see a movie today with my buddy, but I didn't make it. We didn't make it because I thought he said next Thursday. Bummer. Hopefully next time you make it. My hypothesis about the different difficulty levels is from seeing the demo screen, by the way. Because on the demo screen, the computer has more lives, even though it's still just at the first level, and everything else looks like it's running about the same. I guess bosses could have a different amount of health, but I don't know. It doesn't really feel like their level of health is what's unreasonable. Cool. This looks more difficult to spot all the bullets than the, compared to the 2D games. I mean, my problem isn't really seeing the bullets. My problem is moving out of their way. It's hard to tell where to go to not be hit by the bullets. I usually see them coming, and then I try to move, and it just doesn't help. You got roasted for playing 2D games in middle school in the early 2000s? No, I never really stopped. I never really stopped playing 2D games. In fact, it was, I mean, it was when the Nintendo 64 was out, was when I really started collecting 2D games. That's when I started buying all the NES and Super NES games that I could. That would have been a little bit earlier than '03, but it never really changed. Funny because most of these PlayStation 1 and N64 games aged poorly. Yeah, I mean, around that time, that would have been GameCube and PlayStation 2. You know what? I could probably fix this game. If I had a magic wand, what I would do is I would make this the dual analog stick game. I put jump and change weapon and bomb all on the shoulder buttons. And then I would have the game play, you know, just like Smash TV. Move with one stick, aim with the other, and if you could play it like that, it would probably be really great. Hang out a moment and pause. You started buying some older games back then too. Right on. Got a mint copy of Burnout 3 for $12 for the PS2, Chozo says. Right on. Getting a smartwatch for the first time. It was free. It's a gift from your grandma. Right on. I recall you mentioning something about that. Alright, time to go get ruined by this boss. Alright, well maybe I can just hang out in the corner and cheese it. Wow, that worked. What a bad game. Do I have to do some platforming? Oh my goodness, this game just goes on forever. Oh, that's the end. We beat a level. We beat a level. Oh, I just want to pretend like that's the whole game. Can we do that? Alright, what are we going to delete? Emperor's New Groove, Magical Mystery Mall, Crush Course, Croc. Why does it say Croc is 96%? Oh, because I didn't save after we beat it. Bushido Blade, Spyro, Ape Escape. Oh, Eldorado can go in the trash, that's for sure. Throw that away. I'm gonna keep the exclamation point. She wanted to buy us a keepsake present. Should arrive tomorrow. Right on. What? This is a different map than before. Oh, or maybe it's just rotated. Ah! Rip. The enemies have homing bullets too? That's not cool. The music seems really quiet. Yeah, I can't remember the last time I used a watch. But how have I already lost 4 lives? Oh. I thought this thing was attached to that, like, checkerboard of vines up above. Oh, rip. Now I get to, bleed through, Now I get to bleed through all of my continues instead of just lives. I hit the wrong button. In that section right there, the game becomes an auto-scroller for a moment. It's so weird. It's like, for most of the game, you can just run past everything. Until you get to a boss, then of course you're locked in the boss arena. But, like, in that one spot, the camera locks and then becomes an auto-scroller as you approach the bridge to keep you, like, stuck with those enemies for longer so they have more of an opportunity to kill you. How much health does this guy have? He lives forever. Still gonna try and get the Switch too, but not sure what's gonna happen. So it's not starting us with our full set of lives. It's only starting me with 3 lives, because I guess that's what I had at the end of the previous stage. So we use the continue. We use the continue, we might as well be just quitting and reloading our save. Goodness. There's no point to use it, to actually using the continues. There's also no point to stopping to fight any of the enemies, because it just leads to more deaths. I'm better off running past everything. If I stop to fight, that's just more lives I bleed away. If I run past everything, like, maybe I could outrun all the inevitable deaths. There doesn't seem to be any way to get extra lives. My lives never go up, only down. I can't get enough distance to do any damage to this guy. It has so much health. I think it's the first time I've ever seen it blink red. What was the point of changing it to blinking red? It's not nowhere near death. Oh, cool. Maybe that was it. Maybe that was it. It can't die because I didn't pay the life tax yet. Ugh, that was horrible. We're auto-scrolling again, by the way. Why is that spot blinking? Oh, there's a weapon there. What? Oh my goodness, slow down. No. I think I was doing alright. Been playing Fire Emblem lately. Rented the Switch ones from the library. Right on. I have a feeling those games would be much too talky to really interest me. But glad you've been enjoying them. Excuse me just a moment. I think I'm gonna take a quick restroom break. I'll be right back with you, my friends. Thank you for standing by, my friends. This game is tough. I'm gonna play the first level again and see if it goes any better for me. Now that I've beaten it once. What if by the time you beat this game you end up loving it? That's already impossible. I've pretty much disliked it from the start because the controls are really bad and it won't let you change the button mapping to fix them. It gives you different button configuration options, but they're all bad. They're all broken basically in the same way. Where it puts the jump button is in a bad spot in relation to the shoot button. So in a moment of whenever there's a moment of tension and I have to jump suddenly, I'm always doing the wrong thing. Cool. Well, this is not going to go better than before. fact, I didn't even make it. I don't really like loading a save file to get around limited continues, but I don't think we really have much of a choice with this game. I think I'm pretty much stuck with having to do it like that. Why did no one anywhere along the development process tell them, like, hey guys, this game is virtually unplayable? How did no one along the way notice how bad it is? Did the boss make that sound effect when it fired before? I don't remember hearing that sound effect. No ways. No, we don't need to save because we already have a save file up to this point. And it's actually in a better position. Looks like there's 1, 2, probably 3, probably 6 levels. 4, 5, 6 would be my guess. Contra 3 had 6 levels. Okay, so it continues. Starts me with 2 extra lives. I thought I was gonna have none, because I thought it was only what rolled over from the previous stage. What am I even supposed to do about that? The homing bullets lock onto me. There's nothing. Ah. There's no solid way around them. Boy, I really, really don't like this game. That robot driving around, I mean, this just might as well be invincible. I mean, this is like a pretty normal boss. It just has such a crazy amount of health, though. I found a secret! Let's go! Oh, my fingers are confused about which button is which. I'm over here mashing the fire button instead of holding it because I think it's jump. I'm doing it again. Why did they have to reverse the jump and fire buttons? Why? It makes it so hard. That happened to you when you were playing Black on the PlayStation 2? They made a R1 the shoot button when it's R2 on almost every modern shooter. Oh, it's so horrible. The worst boss in the game is the controller. Oh, Konami owes me an apology, a personal apology. I almost walked right into that thing. Black is an underrated game, Derek says. I think there might be 5. I think there might be 5 stages. I guessed 6 earlier. 6 wouldn't surprise me, but if the way the progress moves along the map is consistent, then it would suggest 5 stages. The next stage should be the lake, and then the 4th stage would be the path to the base at the end, and then there's probably a stage in the base at the end. This could all just be wishful thinking, though, and there could be like 20 stages total. I mean, I think so, Chozo. I've only beaten 1 level, so I would assume you get to save after every level. But I don't really like reloading saves. So I'm not sure whether or not I'm gonna even do that, or if I'm just gonna restart when I run out of continues. I probably will, but I'm not doing it yet. I'll probably have to, but I don't really like it. It's kind of a cheap way to go through games. That being said, though, this game lost my respect on the options menu, so... John Splinter Cell? I don't get it. You haven't played the games or read the books, so could you? If the game gives you a limited number of continues, using some trick to manipulate that to work around it doesn't feel to me like the way the game is meant to be played. So like reloading saves or putting in passwords or something like that. I mean, I've certainly done it, but when I've thought about it, I decided it's really not in the spirit of the game. If they gave me limited continues, they expected me to do it in those continues and not to mess around. Just trying to make the game easier on myself. I think you're just mean to yourself and make life so much harder. I mean, there's no denying that. Please don't get me. Poor Frownie feels the same way playing this that I feel when I play Donkey Kong Country or Castlevania. Hey, you beat the game any percent under an hour. Right on, Chozo. Very well done. Rank 260 in the world for RA. For DKC. GG's. Yeah, I don't know, Monk. I didn't grow up with the Genesis, so I'm not really crazy about the way the Genesis sounds most of the time. Like 97 times out of 100, if there's a similar game on the Genesis and the Super Nintendo, I'll say the Super Nintendo's version of the soundtrack sounds way better. There's a few exceptions where it goes the other way, but they're vanishingly small. But I'm biased in favor of the Super Nintendo. It's the one I grew up with, so. That being said, I think Konami games are like almost universally better on the Genesis than they are on the Super Nintendo so far. Like Rocket Knight is so much better than Sparkster. Contra Hardcore is way better than Contra 3. Castlevania Bloodlines is way better than Castlevania 4. I'm a Super Nintendo fanboy, but Konami games I always like better on the Genesis, I think. I like the Hyperstone heist better than Turtles in Time. But to be completely fair about that one, Turtles in Time didn't get a fair shake because I didn't know that I could turn off the auto dash in that one. So that kind of ruined my playthrough of that game. Where the auto dash, I think, is off by default in Hyperstone Heist, or it was easier to spot in the menu. One or the other. Like every console except Xbox systems because they started the whole subscription to play online thing. Well, I kind of think that was inevitable. Oh no. If Microsoft hadn't started it, Nintendo would have. Actually, Nintendo might have just never had online play to begin with. I don't know which is more in Nintendo's character. Charging extra money for stuff or using more outdated tech. Like, if Nintendo has to press a button for charge extra fees or use more outdated tech, like they don't know which one to press. Yeah. Yep. Oh. Like all the consoles Mock says. Yeah, I mean, I've pretty much found something I like to play on every console. Sorry, I got something in my eye. in addition to my finger. Someday I'll get past that boss again. Uh-oh, I needed that. I have a plan. I don't get to try it because I don't live far enough into the level. Please, please, stop with so many enemies. No one likes you, Legacy of War. That's why you never get invited to any birthday parties. Heard a rather strange noise. Not sure what it was. Did I pick up an extra life? I think I did. But then I died twice, so it didn't matter. 3 times, never mind. Nothing matters. Everything about this game is terrible. How did I get an extra life, though? Can I do it again? Yeah, I definitely have only 2 right now. Oh, never mind. Oh, such a bad game. Oh, there might be something up there. We need Tail of the Sun, too. So there's apparently a bunch of different endings for Tail of the Sun, and you achieve different endings by having different body stat layouts. And the food is supposed to alter your body stats, but I don't know why. In my in my playthrough, the food stopped working. Because no matter what I ate, nothing ever changed in my stats. So, I don't know if it was a bug or if there's some other layer to the mechanic that I can't figure out. But, yeah, supposedly you could just reload your save file and eat a whole bunch of different foods to change your body and then get a different ending, like, over and over again if you wanted to see them all, like, real quick back to back. But you have to have a playthrough that's not where all the food hasn't gone bogus. So that option seems to have been kind of off the table for me. I don't really mind though, because like the first ending that I get, you know, when playing it blind is the only like authentic ending I get. Everything else is just like, you know, I might see those endings, but I didn't earn those endings the way I earned the first one, so I could just look them up or something like that and probably be okay. If the criteria for getting different endings was wildly different, then it would be a different story, but when it's kind of just like playing around with one mostly arbitrary variable. Then it's fine. I know that the body stats are like a conglomeration of several different variables, but like it all boils down to one thing. They're all part of the same mechanic. All the stuff in this game has so much health. I've been attacking this thing for 40 hours. Of the 3 games that we played this week, the Hello Kitty game was far and away the best of them. Hello Kitty is way better than The Mask and this game. I don't know what's worse between this and The Mask, actually. Like, I want to say this is worse, but it's just because I'm not feeling the pain of The Mask right now. If I were playing that game, I'd probably say it's worse than this one. What? The bullets coming in from the bottom left are a real problem. Wish that would stop. Oh, we're damageless up to the halfway point. It's a miracle when that happens. Oh, it's spawning a lot of extra enemies this time. Real cool game, huh? I just know there's some madman out there who's like, oh yeah, Contra is terrible. I hate every Contra game, except Legacy of War. That one I like. If I ever come across that person, it'll be like definitive proof that our universe is a simulation, because that person is a fictional character. Oh, I hate this game. No, the camera pushed me off. The camera pushed me off the platform and into the lava. This game is so bad. This game is so bad. Ability was worn off. I started daydreaming, I wasn't paying attention. Great. This is a better option for quickly resetting. I got my resurfaced games back, by the way. I haven't tested them out yet, but they look great. They look brand new. I can't tell. Why is this game just consistently as bad as possible at every single opportunity? This, by the way, is so much worse than Bubsy 3D. At least the graphics haven't glitched yet. Why is that at least? The graphics glitching would be a great thing. Graphical glitches is one of my favorite things to discover in games. I was just talking about having my games resurfaced. One of the ones I resurfaced was the Contra Adventure, and I almost didn't have that one done because it was so scratched in such a way that like it caused a lot of interesting despawns and bugs and stuff. And I was like, well, I kind of enjoy the nonsense that happens because it's scratched. getting worse. I thought we were gonna reach a point where I'd kind of have this level. I'd kind of have this level to where I could get through it consistently. Maybe not well, but consistently. Where's that guy come in from, huh? Sometimes it just spawns so many extra enemies. It's like a completely different game. I always forget. I keep forgetting this enemy exists. This reminds me of one of the toys in Sid's bedroom in Toy Story. There's like a baby doll head with mechanical legs. This reminds me of that. Yeah, hang back. I don't want the camera to slide me into the lava again. We get to see level 2. It's been so long. Okay, one moment. Let's see how it goes. I was looking for breakable stuff. Come on. I hate this game. I'm not sure what I picked up. Maybe it was an extra life. I don't know. It made a gun click sound, so I don't think it was an extra life. I think that would have been a more celebratory noise. Oh, please. Just run, 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 run. Of course, I had to run into the spike. This is not an acceptable amount of health for a boss to have. I've been streaming for 3 hours tonight, and 2 hours of it have been fighting this one boss. There's usually another enemy there, but it despawned. That's cool. Alright, let's go. I got invincibility. I gotta make the most of it.
This boss has too much health. It's impossible. No. Yeah, trilobites are those little, like, they're little, like, tubular fossils. I could see why you would call that a trilobite. They're definitely fossils. I think they're the tubular ones. Cool. Life is bad once again. Life is always bad when I play this game. I get sniped. Oh, I missed the thing that I thought might have been an extra life. That hurts. Why does this have to take so long? I got an extra life. Extra lives have got to be point-based. The sound you make when... The sound that guy makes when he gets an extra life sounds like the sound he should make when he loses a life. You know what? You know how he makes that sound? You know how he makes a sound that sounds like he should be losing a life? Because when you get an extra life, it means you have to play the game longer. That's why he's not celebrating. That's why he's mourning. I get it. I just want the simulation to end. Oh no, this thing spawned this time. Last time it despawned. Oh, my invincibility ran out a lot faster that time. Oh, and then I got killed by some random thing from behind me. Yuck. This game is so inconsistent. missed the fire this time. This attempt is already a little poisoned. But I think that is an extra life in there. So that's cool. Finding all this, like, invisible, like, hidden stuff is definitely going to be vital to... anything remotely resembling a quality performance in this game. It's a weird sentence to say, because quality and this game do not go together in any capacity. Hi, Nikita. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well tonight. Appreciate you joining us. We're pretty late into the stream. We probably won't be going too much longer. But always good to see you for a while, at least. Cool. Really enjoy losing life there. Oh. My invincibility wore off. I saw it wear off too, and I was just like, I should start moving, and I died. I literally had that thought run through my mind right as I died. I don't know why the invincibility lasted so long one time, and then every other time it's been just like a third of the length. Oh, I think I need that. Oh, I got it. Don't mind me, just bleeding lives again, like always. Terrible. Terrible. That was the worst attempt ever. A big thing at the end has got to be the final boss of the stage. It's too, great way to start. Do you see how the camera, like, refused to move for a moment? Just long enough to get me killed? That is an extra life. I really thought we had it. I really thought we had it. Alright, my friends, that's Legacy of War for the night. I'm done with this game. We'll probably play it again next week. I don't know. I don't like this game. It's really annoying. But, it's interesting. The help screen. Just for fun, should we see how different normal difficulty is? That doesn't sound like fun at all. That sounds like giving up. Maybe if I beat it. Before we go though, we've got to dive back into Hello Kitty one more time. So I'm not actually wrapping up yet, but I do need to switch the console. So one moment.